Here we go. We are live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We're really glad to have you here. Glad to see you could make it tonight. Got a relatively small group because we got a lot of people on last week on Thursday and Saturday, but that's okay. We're just really happy to have you all here, and wanted to say hi personally to Teresa. Teresa, glad you could make it. Cynthia, Dawn, welcome aboard. Marta, welcome aboard. Mark, and hey, Mark, I've tried to hook up with you on Facebook, and there's more than one Mark Patterson. I bet you already knew that. Can you hook up with me so I'm sure I'm talking to the right person? And Laura, do you got anything you want to add?
No, just thanks everybody for coming. We're going to have a great presentation for you, and we're glad you're here. So we appreciate you.
All right, well, let's get this show on the road. So, you know, for the next little bit of time, we're going to ask you to just turn off all your stuff. Turn off Facebook. Turn off your cell phone. If you need to, feed the dog, whatever you need to do, and give us your attention for just a little bit of time. And we'll try to keep this as short as we can. It's well less than an hour. And we're going to tell you some things that are going to be, I think, pretty interesting for you tonight. And I'm going to tell you this. The information you're about to see has the potential to really change your life. And I can tell you that it changed mine, and I know it changed Laura's. I'm also going to tell you, be the first to admit, that the first time I saw some of this information, I was a little bit skeptical. I wasn't sure that somebody wasn't trying to pull the wool over my eyes, but after I went and did my own due diligence and investigated, I found out that everything I'm about to tell you here tonight is true. And you can verify it yourself, and I'll tell you how to verify it. So let's get started. Laura, do you want to add anything before we jump in and open the presentation?
No, I think I'm good. Just if anybody has any questions during the presentation, if they want to throw them in the chat, if time allows, we'll get to them. And if not, we'll get back to them as soon as we're done.
Yeah, well, we'll get to them. And by the way, for those of you who aren't familiar with webinars on air, once I throw up the PowerPoint presentation here, I will not be able to see the chat, so Laura will be monitoring it. So just go ahead and interrupt me. And here we go. I'm going to hit screen share. And I'd like somebody in the chat to go ahead and tell me, please type into the chat, anybody tell me that, yes, you can see the PowerPoint slide that's up. You can see and hear. One of the biggest fears we always have is that we make a presentation and nobody can hear it or see it. So there's about a 40-second time delay here between the chat and our ability to see the chat. So we're waiting for you to tell us that you can see and hear everything good. So.
Okay, we got a yes, they can see and hear it. So.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Here we go. So the topic tonight is the next trillion-dollar industry and how you can benefit from it. Otherwise known as Go Green, Get Paid. And I like to also subtitle it as How to Get to 65 and Still Be Alive. And you'll understand that in a slide or two. But meanwhile, I'd like to ask you a quick question. Just curious, how would it feel if you and your family were hyper healthy with minimal or no medical bills, no dental bills? How would that feel? Pretty awesome, I would think. Laura?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So how would it feel if you could extend your active lifestyle well beyond your 60s, your 70s, and even your 80s or 90s?
Pretty awesome for that, too. And I'm going to tell you something right here, because I said one of the subtitles is how to get to 65 and still be alive. Look at the little blue chart down here in the bottom. For every 100 people, and let me say, for every 100 people that start when they're, say, in their 20s, say 25, and they set off on their 40-year career path, and they all, of course, start with a lot of piss and vinegar, and they think they're going to grow up to be something important and make good money and be healthy and be wealthy, and all that is going to happen for them. But the reality is, of those 100 people that start, 29 are dead when they get to 65. They're already dead. And I'm going to tell you, in our society, in our culture, with our medical system and everything we have, that's inexcusable. There's no reason for that. 63 of them are dependent on Social Security, family, friends, or charity. They don't have any money. 3 are still working. That's them Walmart greeters. Want to be one of them? 4 have adequate capital put away for retirement, and 1 is a millionaire. 1 is wealthy. So let's recap that piece of information one more way. Of 100 people that start in their mid-20s, 95% of them are either dead or broke by the time they reach what would be age 65. 1 of them is wealthy and 4 are financially stable. Which percentage, which group would you like to be in? So just curious. Want to take some of this, Laura? Go.
Yeah, well, how would it feel if you were financially independent and be able to live the life of your dreams?
Yeah.
Not have to worry about anything.
Yeah. How about if you could take more vacations? Laura?
Stay home with your kids. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. If you have them.
Well, and I was a stay-at-home dad. I had kids with me for 14 years. Go ahead.
Well, and I like to go on field trips with them because they're only 8 and 10, so I don't want to miss out on any of that stuff. And, you know, would you like to attend the school functions and volunteer? I do that at the school all the time, and I volunteer at the parish.
And depending on your age group that you're in, maybe you'd like to do some of the stuff with your grandkids. Who knows? I don't know. We have quite a mixture here tonight of ages. How would you like to drive a better car? Just be financially more stable. Live in your dream home. So let's talk about sliding into home, yelling, "Woohoo! I made it." Look, here's the reality. The planet is going green one time, and it is now. And you are ahead of the wave, but it's coming like a freight train. And if you haven't walked down the aisles of your supermarket recently and looked at how many products are organic in the supermarket, well, you've missed something, but it's happening in front of your very eyes. So how would it feel when you're ahead of the next paradigm shift on the planet and can participate in the next $1 trillion industry? And look, I didn't make this up. There's, for example, a book sitting next to me called The Next $1 Trillion, and it's the wealth in the health movement. The planet is going to shift, and the American economy is shifting away from sickness to wellness. So it'd be a pretty smart move to get in front of that movement and participate in it. Well, you are in front of it. I'm going to show you how to participate in it tonight. So let's rock this thing out. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about who this is for. This is for you if you care about your health and the health of your family and friends. Laura, take it.
Well, this is for you if you want to remain active well past your middle age. And this is for you if you want a residual income that will last well past normal retirement years.
And in case you don't know the term residual income, what that means simply is income that you don't have to work for anymore because you've established it and it just comes to you whether you go to work or not, or don't go to work. It's sort of like a recording artist or an author. Does the work one time, gets paid every time somebody buys it. What if you want a lifestyle of freedom and choice and you're willing to work for it for just a little bit? You're willing to do for 3 to 5 years what most people aren't. You can have the lifestyle most people can't for the rest of your life. We're going to talk to you about how this is not for you. If Laura?
All right. If your attitude is that it doesn't matter what you eat or drink or how many chemicals you use because you gotta die from something someday, this is definitely not for you.
Yeah, and I have a friend, a really good friend of mine, and he says that he feeds his family poison, and he says, "No, they gotta die from something." Well, yeah, but you don't have to hasten it. If you have a negative attitude and think this is never gonna work for me, it's not for you. It won't work. It really won't work. And if you're not coachable, it won't work. You got to be coachable. So let me tell you just a little bit about me. I'm sort of retired. I'm actually an electronics engineer by background. I've owned brick and mortar businesses, including a flight school It was a $5 million business. I had 30 airplanes, 30 flight instructors. I was also a stay-at-home dad, and I'll tell you just a little bit about that in a second, but I'm also an internet and network marketer, and I've been around network marketing off and on for about 20 years. I'm a coach, mentor, a friend, a speaker, and I'd like to think that I'm someone you can trust. I'm going to tell you that way back in the mid-'80s, I became a stay-at-home dad, and my kids lived with me for 14 years, so I've got a lot of experience in the work-from-home business. But let me tell you a little bit, let Laura tell you a little bit about Laura.
Okay, well, I'm a work-from-home mom of 2 beautiful, darling young ladies, very smart. One of my passions is Disney and Mickey Mouse, which I can tell you about that later. I am now an internet and network marketer. I coach, I'm a motivator, I'm a friend, I like to volunteer, and I used to be a corporate business mom. Another one of my passions is I love technology. So that could be very beneficial for you being on our team.
Okay, so one of the biggest misconceptions people have is the government is protecting us. There's the FDA and the EPA, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, flag on the play, nothing could be farther from the truth. If it's on the shelf in the store, it must be safe. Well, the government wouldn't let those companies put things in products that aren't safe for us, would they? Yeah, sorry. Yes, they would. Going organic costs too much. It's difficult. It's time consuming. Flag on the play. It doesn't. I'm going to show you how tonight. We tend to think that if a company has been in business for a long time, that they couldn't possibly be putting chemicals in their products that are harmful. Once again, flag on the play. We'll explain that more in the next slide. But Laura, you have something you want to say about that, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting here shaking my head saying, absolutely. I thought that Johnson & Johnson shampoo that I was using on the girls was safe because they've been in business for a really long time. And when I looked up the ingredients that were in there, I was flabbergasted because I had no idea.
So here's the reality. The industry is self-regulated. Since around 1936, the food and the personal care industry have been self-regulated. The government granted them self-regulation in the mid-30s with the mistaken, misplaced trust and belief that they wouldn't poison their customers. Unfortunately, they're poisoning their customers. We're going to show you that more in a little bit. But companies legally use cheap, toxic chemicals in products to increase profits. It's that simple. And they're not just minor skin and eye irritants. They're chemicals known to cause cancer, as well as neurotoxins, hormone disruptors, liver and kidney problems, reproductive issues, Alzheimer's, and more. Now, you don't have to believe us. You want to take this, Laura?
Sure. You can head over to a website. It's called, you get there by going to www.ewg.org/skin deep. Now, this is a database where you can check the toxicity levels of your products. So all you'd have to do is like go grab your toothpaste, a household cleaner, shampoo, any personal care products, go to that website, and it's actually marked with colors. Green being safe level, little to none, yellow being be cautious, and red meaning there's quite a lot of chemicals in here. So if you go there, you don't have to believe us, but go check it out. Go grab something and you will be amazed.
Yeah, you can become a conscious consumer. You can look up your own products and see what's going on with them. And that's how Laura found out about her shampoo. I told her, go look. I told her just the first time I talked to her, I asked her what she was using for shampoo on her kids. She told me. I told her go look it up on the EWG database. She did. EWG, by the way, is a nonprofit organization not linked to any company and certainly isn't linked to us. It's an independent database. So, did you know that the average person absorbs over 120 toxic chemicals into their bloodstream every day before 9 a.m.? And you say, well, where's this stuff coming from? These chemicals, they're coming from your shampoo, your conditioner, your body wash, your toothpaste, your underarm deodorant. And again, these are not just minor irritants. They are seriously harmful chemicals known to cause cancer, as well as neurotoxins, hormone disruptors, liver and kidney problems, reproductive issues, Alzheimer's, and more.
You know what? I want to point something out right here. Think about going back 20 years. How many people did you know who had cancer? And if you're like me, okay, I'm not going to tell you how old I was at that time, but there weren't that many people. You barely knew anybody who had it. And if you did, it was something major. Now, when you think about it, how many people do you know who are around you that know somebody who has it, currently has it, or is currently fighting it? The numbers are just crazy.
Yep. And you know, it all begins in the womb, and this may shock you too. It begins in the womb. Unexpected toxic overload. In a recent study, go ahead, take this one, Laura. You're a mother.
All right. Well, in a recent study, toxicity levels were measured in the umbilical cord blood. 10 babies in the womb, and hundreds of chemicals were found. Not a little, that's a lot.
Yeah. So it starts in the womb. Babies are being born sick. They're being born with diseases that were unheard of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So it's time to wake up. This is a wake-up call. Look at our children. 1 in 3 is overweight. 1 in 6 has learning disabilities. 1 in 9 has asthma. 1 in 10 has ADHD. 1 in 12 has food allergies. 1 in 20 has seizures. 1 in 54 U.S. males has autism. And 50% of all U.S. children have a chronic illness or are overweight. 50%. Now, I don't think that's the way God designed the human race, but that's the way it is today. So what can we do about it? Go ahead.
Those are just sad statistics. That's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah. So are we overexposed? Well, what is the long-term cumulative effect of all of this constant toxic overload?
Well, it can't be good. We know it's not.
No.
So you are the solution, each and every one of you. Hyper Health is within your reach. And we offer a rapidly growing line of over 100 toxic, chemical-free, organic, and wild-crafted products, including personal care products, skin care, home care, baby care, nutrition, essential oils, and beauty care. It's yours.
All right. Well, our products are body nourishing, they're skin safe, and they're all 100% certified toxic free, organic, and wild crafted, and can help transform your health and life dramatically. So we have laundry detergent, we have sanitizer that you can use on vegetables, you can use on the counters. You can use when you feel like you're getting a cold, you can use it in your throat, you can use it in your nose or your ears. We have foundation, makeup. The essential oils have been my favorite. I love the Sweet Dreams. We use the Relief. What else? I wanted to tell them what the body butter we use a lot. The Restore for my hair, that's what I use on my hair. And the Sparkle tooth polish. We use that in our home as well. And our girls will not use anything else. After they started using that, they will not go back to those other toothpaste.
Yeah, you will never catch me putting a toothpaste in my mouth again. Never, ever, ever. Stuff is awful. So what can you do? You can make simple changes easily, effectively, and inexpensively. Just changing out your toothpaste, shampoo, and conditioner can reduce your morning chemical intake by up to 75 toxic substances. Do you know that the label on your toothpaste, for most of you, the label on your toothpaste box says, warning, poison, do not swallow. If you swallow it, call a poison control center. And many of the toothpaste, that label's only on the box, it's not on the tube. So you tend to take the tube out of the box, throw the box away, and you never see the label that says warning. The stuff's full of poison. So you can make simple changes. And here's the question. Shouldn't your house be the safest place on the planet for them? What if you simply reduced the man-made toxins in your home by half? What impact would that have on your family's health? Shouldn't your home, once again, be the safest place on the planet for your kids? Thank you, Jeff. So, you want to take this to Laura?
Yeah, well, the other thing that we have is we have pH balanced and pH nutritional products that are toxin free. We have vitamins and other supplements that are non-GMO, vegan, alkaline, soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, no heat dehydration, no artificial ingredients. They're organic and wild-crafted protein shakes. We have vanilla and chocolate. We have super reds and earth greens, which both are 5.5 pounds of vegetables and fruits in every scoop, depending on which one. Now, the really cool thing about the earth greens is when you look at the picture in the window with the arrow, you see that they cluster, it's a microcluster of your cells. Now, this is what it does in your body. It microclusters, it's called bioavailability, and it stays right to your cells and sticks. And so that is super important to know. It's called the ionic charge. And those two products are two of my favorite products, the earth greens and the super reds. And they're really good in the smoothie with the protein mix, just saying. And then we also have our Be Natural tabs, which contain every known ingredient to sustain life, the 22 amino acids, the 27 minerals, enzymes, and the coenzymes.
And more products coming all the time. We're going to introduce several new products next month in Las Vegas at an event called the Great Green Event. So that's the product line. There's over 100 products in the line. I'm going to tell you that I use the reds, greens, and several of the other products myself all the time, and I'll tell you more about that later on, but they really are awesome. But don't take my word for it. Try them yourself. But here's a question for you now. Do you like helping people? You know, most people do. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm a little weird. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I'm going to ask you to just sit back, relax, and close your eyes. Yeah, I did say close your eyes, unless you're driving. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes for just about 10 seconds. And I want you to draw a picture in your mind of your ideal lifestyle. Where do you live? What does your house look like? Where do you shop? Where do your kids go to school? Where are your grandkids? Where do you go on vacation? You want to take the kids to Disneyland? Can you do it? Where do your kids go to school? What's your ideal life look like? And if you were to create a vision board, go ahead and open your eyes. If you were to create a vision board, what does your dream life look like? And here's the question I have for you now. Do you have a mechanism to get there? Do you have a way to get there? Or are you struggling paycheck to paycheck like most people in this society are? And if you don't have a way to get there now, you will in the next few minutes. What if you could share and get paid? And I told you there's no sell involved, and this is what I mean. You simply share products that you believe in and love and get paid for doing it by sharing them with the people you love. These products all do what we say they do, and everybody who tries them loves them. I promise you, I don't hear any complaints at all. Share and get paid. What a concept. Now, the pay plan with this company is, there are 6 different paychecks. I'm not going to go through this whole thing with you, but you have your own retail site. Customers can come to your website, click and buy, click and order, and you get a 30% commission paid weekly. There are several other commissions, but there's a couple that I want to point out particularly. There's a 10% weekly override and a 100% weekly override. I want to talk just a little bit more about those two. The 10% weekly override is on unlimited levels. Imagine having people below you and you get paid a commission on everything they sell or buy, much like being a real estate broker and building a team of real estate agents. And broker gets paid on every sale the agent makes. Of course, the agent gets paid too. It's much the same way. You build a marketing team. You tell me how much you want to make a month. I'll tell you exactly what you have to do to make it. This is the endless team bonus. It goes to infinity. It's the best. It is the best compensation plan in the network marketing business industry. But look at level 6, for example, $472 at level 6. Do you know that in the last 15, 20 years, an extra $400, $500 a month would have stopped 80 or 90% of all bankruptcies that occurred in the United States? That's what it took. Level 8, an average U.S. mortgage. Level 9, an average U.S. income, and it just keeps going on and on and on. You name how much you want to make, we'll tell you how to do it. And we have all the mechanisms in place to help you. It's really simple. You build 2 teams, a left and a right. You're the person on the top of this little set of blue arrows, and you have your friend John and your Uncle Harry behind you, one on the left, below you, one on the left, one on the right, and we build 2 teams, and that's all there is to it. It's really quite simple, and it's really quite a lucrative payment plan. Anything you want to add, Laura?
No, but Marta said she lost volume, and I just was hoping that somebody else besides Marta can say that you can still hear Len and I. Can somebody please put it in the chat? And Marta, I'm just wondering if you might need to just refresh. So let's just wait until with the delay.
Yep. Yeah, we're waiting for somebody in the chat to tell us that they can still hear us. Can anybody hear us?
Okay, Cynthia said we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. So we talked about the products. Let me just pick up. I'm not sure where it dropped off from Marta. We talked about the products. We're talking just a little bit about the business, and simply build 2 teams. You have 10% commissions on everybody below you to unlimited depths, and you have a matching bonus commission on all the people that you personally sponsor. So it's a very lucrative payment plan, and there's a website that you can go to learn more about it. Just ask later, or ask myself or Laura or whoever invited you here tonight, and we can get you more information. But it's too much to cover in one short webinar. So let's travel on. So let me ask you a question. Does this all sound like a good idea to you? Yeah, but. Okay, so but. What's your excuse tonight? Is this one of them their pyramid thingies? Yeah, absolutely. This is one of them their pyramid thingies. Look, everything's a pyramid thingy, including the Boy Scouts and every company you know on the planet. Question is this a legally run, reputable company? Yes, it is. Most people associate pyramid thingies with something that was called a Ponzi scheme that were illegal, and there was a few of those, but this ain't one of them. This is a perfectly legitimate company. It's been around 8 years, and it's perfectly financially stable. It's a network marketing company. I heard only the people at the top make money. Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. You are at the top. I can tell you right now, you can't get much closer to the top than we are. And if you're on our team, you are at the top. You're very, very close to the top of this company. This company is just starting to build its network marketing team. We have less than 1,000 distributors worldwide right now. You'd be in the top 3% of the company. I heard most people fail. Most people don't fail. Most people quit. They come in with false expectations of making a lot of money really quick, and it doesn't pan out, and they quit. You've got to give it 3 to 5 years. In 3 to 5 years, I promise you, if you do what we tell you to do, follow our lead and do it and are coachable, I promise you, in 3 to 5 years, you will have a residual income that you can retire with. You work with us for 3 to 5 years, do things that most people won't do for 3 to 5 years, and in 3 to 5 years, you can live a life that most people can't even dream of. I'm too busy. I have no extra time. Well, we really need to talk. If you're too busy, are you planning on doing that for the rest of your life? Remember those 29 people that all died before they got to 65? A lot of them died from a heart attack, from stress, from strokes, from being exactly in this position of working themselves to death. Is that what you want to do with the rest of your life?
And you know what, Len? I want to interject here. Now listen, and I don't really know who's on here who has kids or you know, moms or dads or grandparents who are helping, but the best people for this opportunity is somebody who's really busy. And as a mom of 2 young girls, school functions like athletics, basketball, choir, altar serving, art club, dance, all that stuff, is we have the tools to help you with that time saving. So I'm not too busy. I have no extra time. That never applies to parents because that is an excuse. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to get that out because.
No, perfect. No, perfect. This business is designed for you to work in 7 to 10 hours a week to get started. All right. Next excuse is, oh, I don't like to sell. I'm not a salesperson. Great, good, fantastic, wonderful. We don't like salespeople. We don't like to sell either. If you're a salesperson, I got to retrain you because sales doesn't work in this business. It honestly doesn't work. What we do is we share and educate. And, you know, you're going to talk to 10 people, and some of them are going to say yes, and some of them are going to say no. And the ones that say no, you're going to wish them well and let them go. Sort of like the waitress walking around in the restaurant asking if you want some more coffee in your cup. Some say yes, some say no. She doesn't, her feelings don't get hurt. She just asks. If you're not interested, you're not interested. No problem. Next. I don't have any extra money. Great. We really want to talk to you. Remember, 95% of the people that started in their 20s ended up when they're in their 65 either dead or broke. Is that where you want to be? I mean, it's the same thing. If you're working so hard you don't have the time to do it, you're not going to make it. You're going to get sick. You're going to die. Something's going to happen, something bad. If you don't have any money, well, let's work on that. That's why we really need to talk about this. We want to help you change that, and you can do that. You can change it. We can help you. I don't know how to do it. Great. Yeah, we didn't either when we got started. 6 months ago, Laura didn't know how to do it. Right, Laura?
That's right. Yeah, when I started in May, I had 0 team members, and I really didn't know much about network marketing. And with Len's help and just all of the training and tools that are available to us, I can say I have 6 team members now. And, you know, I'm just plugging along. And I know this is going to take me a while, but I don't give up. And I can easily teach people what I learned. And I know that everybody has a talent. So it's okay because we need that on our team.
So Laura and I are building a team, and we put some extra things in for you tonight because we want to help you get started, and we want to train you, and we want to make it easy. So we have some neat bonuses for you. Your slide, go.
Okay, so we have a boot camp that you're going to love. We have a secret Facebook group. We have a vision workshop, which is really neat. We have our own essential oils course.
So let's talk about each one of these in a little more detail. What are you going to get? The boot camp. Go ahead, Laura.
Well, the boot camp is going to be an 8-week boot camp, and it's going to cover all of the topics that you're going to need to succeed in your new business. So we're going to talk about your DMO or your daily activities, recruiting online, the proper use of social media, recruiting offline, how to approach family and friends, your mindset, and we're going to teach you attraction marketing.
And a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's the boot camp. Then there's the secret Facebook group. And go ahead.
All right. Well, we've formed a secret Facebook group, and just for you, just for getting all of your questions answered in real time, you're going to have access to Len and I essentially 24/7. Ask any question and get any answer. Now, the nice thing about Len and I, he's on Pacific Coast. I'm on Eastern Standard. I'm on the Eastern Coast. So not Eastern Coast, but he's on Pacific time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. That's good for you because we have more time covered. And the secret Facebook group, you'll be interacting with a group of similarly motivated fellow entrepreneurs. And it's just so that you can be empowered to succeed, because we all help each other, and this is what we thought is going to be good for our team.
Did Marty get her son back?
It looks like she hasn't said anything, and I asked her if she wouldn't try refreshing, and it looks like she did, and she hasn't said anything, so I think she's okay.
All right, good. Well, the next thing we're going to give you is a vision workshop. Now, I'm going to tell you that the two things that make it very difficult for people to succeed is, first off, they don't have a vision. They don't know where they're going, and they find it difficult to define that and define their goals. So if you have difficulty defining your goals, creating a vision, you need the vision workshop. So we're going to help you. I'm going to help you establish your goals and define your vision. I'm going to help you understand your major life purpose and your core values. And most fundamentally important, I'm going to help you build belief in yourself. A.J. Williams, the founder of the A.J. Williams Insurance Company, made the comment that the single most important thing that keeps people from succeeding in America is they don't believe that they can. I'm going to help you with that. We're going to build belief. And the Vision Workshop is something that's been on my website and available for a couple of years. People buy it, they love it, and I've never had anybody ask for their money back, and I am going to do a new one just for you. And finally, you want to talk about our essential oils course, Laura?
Oh yes, I'm really proud of this one. It's a 30 modules explaining the benefits of every organic essential oil that we carry. And you're going to learn how to use them, and how to replace your medicine cabinet with nature's cures, and become a holistic healthcare specialist for you and your family.
How awesome is that?
It's awesome. And I have to say, what I really like about the essential oils is we're always learning different things that we can do with them. In fact, my youngest, she's 8. Now when she kind of has a little cold or she's feeling like something's coming on, she's asking me to put some essential oils on her. And I would rather do that than go take her into the doctor because she's got bronchitis, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you get started? How much is all this going to cost? How much do I have to invest to get started? Well, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to purchase some products. Because the first thing people ask you when you tell them about your new business that you're starting is, well, what products are you using? And so if you don't have any products to use, you obviously can't share them with people. You got to have some products to share. So the product package is a $499 package. It actually has a value of over $700, and we'll show you that in a minute. And it comes with over 20 products. There's actually a 3 different ones you can choose from, but it comes with over 20 products and a mix of the most popular products. So shampoo, conditioner, facial cleanser, vitamins, et cetera, sanitizer. So that's the first thing. You got to have some products at home to get started with. Otherwise, you're not in business. So like,
yeah, Lynn, hold on a second. I want to point something out real quick. This package right here has a little bit of everything, but it's also got 2 tooth polishes. And yeah, I just want to mention that because you can automatically give one of those away.
Right. Okay. Next. So here's where we are right now. You're going to get the Asante Business Builder Getting Started Pack, which has a value of $709. Includes over 20 products at below wholesale, a lifetime wholesale membership. Now, lifetime wholesale membership means that once you've signed on here, you have access for wholesale pricing for the rest of your life. Whether you build or don't, you've got wholesale pricing. You also have your website with no renewal ever. That's there. So, and for those of you who aren't familiar with building value like this, hang tight for a minute because there's a special price for you tonight. You're not going to pay this for it, but this is what you're going to get. This is the real world value of what you're going to get. The boot camp. We value it at $297. If we were selling it separately as a course, it's an 8-week intensive training course. It'll have videos, so you can go back and look at videos over and over and over again. The secret Facebook group with 24/7 access, we value that at $97. The Vision Workshop sells all day on my website for $97. The Essential Oils course sells for $97. And so a total value of $1,299. So now the question then is, drum roll please, I know you all want to know the answer. All right, can we just cut the crap and tell me what I have to pay tonight to get started? Here we go. So tonight, all you have to do is buy the Asante Organics business pack, where you get the over 20 products, the lifetime wholesale membership, and the lifetime website. And notice I keep saying lifetime, because once you buy them, they're yours forever and ever and ever. There's no renewal, no annual fees, nothing else. So $4.99 gets you the entire thing. So to sum that up, what you get is you get, well, you want to take this one, Laura?
Sure. Well, we just want to make sure you understand you get your own online storefront. So it would be a website with the name of your choice, as long as it's not taken. Over 20 below wholesale price products to experience and use as samples. So you can use them and you can give them away as samples. Membership in our exclusive secret Facebook group. 24/7 access for training and to get your questions answered. The Vision Workshop to define your mission. And the eight week, and I know we talked about this, you and I, Len, that we might even go past the 8 week.
I'm pretty sure we will.
Just because we have more than just 8 weeks, and
yeah,
that might happen. But anyway, the 8 week boot camp and the 30 module essential oils course, which are videos. So those, we want to make sure you understand that those can be replayed over and over. And this is all that you're going to get for $4.99. Okay, but you need to really act fast, and we'll tell you why.
And before we talk about really acting fast, I want to give you one more option. If you're sitting there going, oh my God, I'd like to get started, I really would, but I don't have $4.99. How am I going to handle this? I just don't have that kind of money sitting in my bank account right now. There is a less expensive option, which is $199 and $199. The difference is you get a smaller business builder pack with less products. And so you can start, you can actually start with $199 and then add products as time goes by to build up your inventory. So, and by the way, just so you know, there is no stocking of products here. When you bring on customers, they purchase directly through your website from the company, and the company ships directly to them. So you don't ever have to handle products for the customers in the sense that you have to deliver them, stock them or anything like that. There's no garaging of this stuff. Okay, so there's a $199 option. We prefer and we suggest that you start with the $49.99 option if you can. And the simple reason is you get more products, and there's a few other benefits which we can explain offline.
Yeah, because you get the reds and greens too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and they get silver. With $4.99, they get silver. They're grandfathered into silver for 2 months. So, and that may not mean anything to anybody on here, but we can explain it. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, so why act fast? Isn't this going to be here in a year or 2 or 3? You said this is going to be a 10-year. Here's why. Remember, this is a binary compensation plan. Now, you may not know what that means because you haven't been around network marketing. If you have, you know what it means. If you haven't, you're going to know what it means in just a second. I said it a few minutes ago. You build 2 legs, one on your left, one on your right. Everybody who joins after you get commissions on. If you join us tonight, the people that join tomorrow, you're making money off of. If you wait till tomorrow and join after they joined, they're making money off of you. We said earlier, only people at the top make money. Well, that's not really completely true, but if you want to believe it is, go ahead. Right now, you're as close to the top as you can ever be. If you wait, you won't be as close to the top tomorrow as you are today. Next, as I said, you earn commissions on people who join after you, and they're going down the line below you. So Remember that old belief, like I said, that people at the top make money. Well, you are at the top. So the sooner you get started, closer to the top you are. Start today, build your green legacy now. So you want to summarize this, Laura? Here we go. Here's the conclusion.
Sure. So you have an opportunity sitting in front of you to ride the green rocket and shift up your health and wealth. These major paradigm shifts come once or twice in a lifetime.
Let me jump in here. What do I mean by a major paradigm shift? Well, the internet was a major paradigm shift. There's before internet and after internet. This is probably one of the biggest paradigm shifts, if not the biggest paradigm shift the planet is going to see. Go green. The planet is going green. It's going to happen with you or without you. It's going to happen. And it's going to change the way everything works. And right now, you're in front of it with a company that is producing 100% toxic-free organic products. Go ahead.
Well, did you miss the last one? I did.
Yeah.
I didn't invest in Microsoft or any of Windows, nothing like that.
Yeah. How would it have been if you could have sat 25 years ago in a dorm room at Harvard with Mark Zuckerberg and saw what he was thinking about doing and maybe got a little bit of Facebook or Starbucks or Amazon or any of those other things. You missed them all. Don't miss this one.
Yeah.
So get back with me or Laura or whoever invited you here tonight. If you have any questions, let's get them answered. Let's rock this thing. Grab our hand and let's get you going. Welcome aboard. We are here for you. You have anything you want to add?
No, Marta, we'll contact you right after this so we can answer your questions. But I think we're all set. You know, just get back with Len or I, and thanks everybody for joining us. And we're here to answer questions. And I think we're good to go.
Oh, it got dark. The sun was up when I started talking. I want to close with just a really quick final testimony on my own. About a year ago, I was coming off a major surgery. I was staying at a friend's house, and I was having trouble recovering from the surgery. My energy level was really bad, really poor. My friend Bob mixed up some greens and reds and put them in a glass and said, "Here, drink this." And it took me about 2 or 3 days, and my energy level came back up. That's when I became a believer, a true believer. And since then, I've started using a lot more of the products. I use the tooth polish. You will never, as I said earlier, you will never, ever, ever, ever get me to buy a tube of Colgate or what's the other one that's really popular? I don't know. I wouldn't touch them. Shampoo. Yeah, Crest. Yeah, well, those things. Shampoo, dish soap, the essential oils, and so many of the other products. They simply just do what we say they do. And my challenge to you is try them for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Try them for yourself. Take your products you have at home, look them up on the EWG database, see for yourself what's in them, and look around you at the disease in our culture. In what is the wealthiest society that has ever existed on Earth, with a healthcare system that should be the best on the planet, 95% of the population gets to age 65 either sick or dead or broke, or all three. Think about it. Think about it. That's all I have for you tonight. Laura, do you have anything you want to add?
No, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.
Okay, here we go. Stopping the broadcast. Good night, everybody.